First and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 46. They start the drive with Lynch. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. 54 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now
a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check nine, check nine.
Bullet ride. And Charlie.
2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes is quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
We're going to sign.
They'll run on first down. It's Bowman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This one taken in by Hester. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Alert flare. Alert. Hey, 80.
On first down, Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Will Dissly there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 7-7, our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Darnold, and he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
61.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bowman. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 50, check 50.
They run the counter. It's Bowman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I got you, boy.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Darnold. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He'll take a shot. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman 32 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ja'Kai Polite picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
2nd and 6. At the 26-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Darnold on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
At the Steelers' 9-yard line.
Go, son.
Let's go, D.
Oh, lady.
We got to step it up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Woo! You got it. You got it. Ha ha, you got it.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Lynch. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back to the ground, Lynch. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And the Steelers first down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
That's fielded in the end zone. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lynch. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And nothing but daylight ahead. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
52. Man, ready? Get off the field. Kill.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check. Go back. We got motion. Back up. Man, ready? Check.
From the 38, Darnold. This will be caught by Brown. And some room to maneuver. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 62 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Set. 15 lining. Yep, let's go. You tighten up. 40 yards. Yes! Watch a slant. Check. 48's the mic. Ready, go!
Back to throw. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run on first down. Lynch. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
He's checking. Crash.
Second and 11. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his... And he coughed it up. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 74 yards as they have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The carry now for Lynch.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of 11.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, Bowman. Powering his way forward. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Darnold completes it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 41, Darnold got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Check 43.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trevor Williams was shot out of a cannon there on the corner blitz.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Tighten up.
Hey, echo.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Young lady. Jim. Hey, Zoo. Go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Don't be scared of it.
Mike.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Any weapon.
That's good for the Jets. First and 10 at the 19.
Darnold from the red zone now. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
He's coming. Double red, lady. He's coming. Double up. Check it
back. Boy.
To the air again, Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Will Dissly, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's got a first down and more past the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Meanwhile here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more,